How you started, like, this gym, fight, and all those things?
How I started?
Yeah.
I started at a place called American Top Team Franklin Square. I walked in. One of my closest friends now, Nate King. I went in there, checked out the gym, did a class, like a trial class. And he offered me like a sponsorship program there. So basically I had to clean the gym in order to train because I couldn't afford the membership. It was like $170 or $200 a month. I'm in college. I'm 20, 21. I'm in college. I'm taking a bus. I can't afford that. And I'm working. So I did the sponsorship program. I was cleaning the gym 3 times a week. Big ass gym, 3 bathrooms. They had a cage, they had a ring, and they had 2 mats, and they had a weight area. It was probably 8,000 to 10,000 square feet. So I would train. I would clean the gym first. Red Bull is bad for you, but I would clean the gym first. Take me like 2.5 to 3 hours. Then I would train all night. Then go home on the bus. And I did that for a long ass time. That's how I started. Humble beginnings. When I just knew I had to get better and work hard and train.
So what makes you believe on fighting? Like that's good for you?
It's like everything leads me down this path. Everything leads me down this path. Every time I just try to walk, every time I walk away a little bit, which I really don't walk away, but I'll just take a break from it. It gives me my biggest blessings. Fighting has always given me my biggest blessings. So my first MMA fight, I was on the Bloomberg television show, right? From fighting, I was on Bloomberg TV. From fighting, my first MMA fight. They did an article for me from Vice.
Wow,
so cool. I get my biggest blessings from fighting. And it's taught me a lot. It actually matured me.
What type of martial arts, you do?
I'm a huge boxing fan. I don't have any boxing fights, but I'm a huge boxing fan. I do a lot of boxing-oriented training, and also my coach, Keith Trimble. Shout out to Keith Trimble. He's a boxing coach. His fighter was a world champion, Adam Kalnacki. I'm name dropping, but this is what it is, right? You be around the best, or you put yourself around the best, and you'll reap some of the benefits of being around the best. I do boxing, I do Muay Thai, I do kickboxing, and I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
So what is your main sports, main martial arts?
My main martial art, I really don't have a main martial art anymore. When I was first starting out, it was stand-up, or it was just basically like kickboxing almost. But I evolved to where I don't have a main style anymore. I just try to blend all of it together as best as I can.
Okay, so what makes UFC and MMA 2 different type of events or fighting style? I don't know.
All right.
How do you describe that?
That's a big word, but cool. The difference between MMA and UFC is basically one is the organization and the other is the sport. So MMA, which is short term for mixed martial arts, is the actual sport. Mixed martial arts is the broad sport. UFC is the organization. Same thing as the National Basketball League and basketball.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense to you guys out there.
So what's coming up?
Building my business is number one. Building my clientele in my business and expanding my knowledge.
Okay.
And just being a more dangerous, better fighter and martial artist overall. And human being as well. You can't forget that during these times.
Is there any fights coming up in the future?
For me, I'm fighting in October. God willing, with this pandemic, I'll be fighting in October.
Who is Codie Payne?
I'm a fighter and a coach, teacher and a student. It's what I've been doing my whole adult life. Fighting and teaching.
Okay, what motivated you to be a fighter?
Motivation is all around us, but honestly, it's something that found me. Ever since I was a kid, I was into action movies. I was heavily into Bruce Lee. I was into Jean-Claude Van Damme action films. I remember watching Kung Fu films with my dad. And I was a huge boxing fan as a youngster. So honestly, with everything, with all of that, with that combination and MMA coming around, it was like a natural occurrence to me. It was a no-brainer. It's something that I had to do. Not something that I wanted to do, but it's something that I had to do. I feel like it's a calling.
And you also said that too fast, too pretty. So what does that mean?
That's pretty self-explanatory. I look good and I'm fast.
Okay, so I wish you good luck in your future.
Thank you. See, now you stepped in a bunch of times. Now I want you to throw your shot while you planted. So when I'm planted, I'm just like this. See, I'm not moving now. So don't step in at all. Just pivot in.